Hello and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're all doing super well. If you don't know me, my name is Amy. I'm an Irish ecologist and I love plants. And today we have to do a plant care catch-up. Big time. My August, as I've said in the previous video, has been super busy, and plant care has been on the bad side of minimum. Okay, we're talking we may have a casualty or two. Unfortunately, I have been away a lot in August, and also in the last week we've had a little bit of a weird heat wave in September, and this has been a bad combination. There are some plants that have gotten so dry that I don't know if they'll recover. And I hate when that happens, but you know what? I accept that. This is just an element of your plant care. Life doesn't always give you this time, and luckily they are not, they're plants, they're not pets. There are a lot of other things that have to take priority over plant care sometimes. It is unfortunate, but it is just a factor of owning this many plants and having this much care to do. So today we need to look at my plants and we need to take care of a few. So I hope you don't mind. I thought it would be a good idea to film just a kind of a relaxed video, because this is something that I have to do, but I also have to film some videos. So we're going to do two at the same time. I thought it could be good use to see how I kind of go about my plant care when it's been a while. And the way I do that is really just a systematic approach. I get my clippers, I get my fertilizer, I have watering cans at the ready, and I just periodically go through all my plants. Now, when I leave it this long, this can take over an hour, maybe an hour and a half to do everything in this room only, and I have other plants that I'll maybe do tomorrow. Sometimes I do find when I'm watching other plant care videos that it does help to see kind of the basic approach of people that have a lot of plants, and maybe you'll learn something new, maybe you'll think of something that you don't know, and sometimes it can be useful, sometimes it can't be, and you just want to relax and watch somebody take care of their plants. So that's what we're going to do today. There probably isn't going to be a lot of talking, so this is kind of a relaxed video, which I don't do that often on my channel, but we can try. Please do let me know if you enjoy this. I hope that you do, and I can do more of them, because plant care for me is a very regular thing that we have to do, as I'm sure all of you have to do as well, and so sometimes it can be nice to do that together. Look at how beautiful. I think I will share a reel or a short today showing you this freaking beautiful Hoya carnosa crimson queen flower. This is me realizing that my philodendron gigas may have spider mites, which is not fun. So I ended up treating actually all of my plants over this plant chores with just some soapy warm water. And here is my trusty pump that I have had for years now. It's so fantastic. Just kind of a hand pressure sprayer. It's really good if you get loads of kind of suds and lather going on. You can spray plants pretty quickly with all of this. And I do not rinse it off. Here is the current fertilizer I'm using. It's just an organic seaweed fertilizer. It smells, it's very messy, it's dark brown, but the plants seem to like it so far. So essentially this is how I water my plants every time. I check them in the plant room, I prune whatever I need to, and then I bring them all into the bath and I water them all together. I run through them once and a second time as well with the water. This is very upsetting. My mimosa fruit I think is dead. It's so sad. It's so sad. It just got too hot. Too hot and too dry. And I was not around to save it. I do have plans to mount that fern, by the way. It's just on the list, but I don't know if it's doing well, honestly. The shield keeps dying, but it keeps growing actively and having new ones as well, so I don't really know. Cutting off Anthurium clarinervium flowers, always. I'd never really let these flower. Just takes so much energy for that plant to produce a leaf that I'd much rather it be doing that instead. You can see a bit better. You really want kind of the soap to be very visible on the plants. I'm not like really detailed when I do this, unless it's a plant with like something that's actively infested. Like I'll go on the backs of the leaves, I'll make sure I get every single crevice. Here I just kind of spray as much as I can. Don't get really deep into each plant because that will just take way too long. Beautiful philodendron species affinity sagittifolium leaf that fell off. So I ended up actually doing this over. This was me getting prepared to tackle this because I knew that almost everything needed attention, everything needed water. And I think the first day I was just like, oh my god, this is just taking too long. Here's little Lua getting ready to rest while I do that. Yeah, so I did this actually a couple of days apart because I just could not fit it all into one day. It ended up taking me maybe 2.5 hours in total across the 2 days, just to be transparent about how long this takes me now. I don't have to do this all the time, obviously. I'm pruning, I'm checking each plant, I'm treating each plant, and I'm also watering and fertilizing, so it's kind of everything at once. This was sadly a new leaf that got squished behind the Velcro. But yeah, so it does take quite long when I leave it like this. But that's okay. That's maybe every 2 or 3 months I do that really in general. I'm just checking for pests and watering most of the time. It doesn't normally take me that long. If I'm just watering, it probably takes me just over an hour to go through everything. This is extremely exciting, guys. My Hoya rotundiflora has a peduncle. Yay! I can't wait for this to flower. I'll definitely catch it on a time lapse. This is my cactus and lithops situations, which I did film. Lithops are really not doing well. I think that I let that dry out way too much, and I was afraid of overwatering it because it doesn't have a drainage hole. I think that was a bit too long without water. And this is my Rhaphidophora foraminifera, which is growing really strangely. But I decided not to cut it. I decided to just let it do its thing because the new leaves are looking quite nice. It just has this weird stringy bit in the middle. This is what I mean by running through the plants twice. The first one just kind of wets the soil, make sure the water goes through, and then the second one I feel like it's a more thorough watering. And that's how I water all my plants, honestly. This is me. I spend a lot of time just kind of standing around and thinking, and I only realize that when I look back at time lapses. There's a lot of time like that I've just cut out, but in general I'm kind of just thinking about the layout of how I can do things maybe better. For example, like the lithops were placed at the back of that shelf, which meant that I just wasn't really seeing them a lot, so now I've moved that to the front just now. So I can just monitor that a little bit closely, and I do small adjustments like this all the time as I'm going through and taking care of them. If something is suffering, I'll just see if there's a better way to tackle it, or for me to see things much more clearly. This is a favourite corner. That plant is getting so big, the heartleaf philodendron, it's almost touching the floor now. But it's still my favourite plant corner for sure. So guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. A little bit more relaxed from me, but this is just what have to happen at this time, but with the time that I have. So I hope that it was enjoyable for you. I hope that you enjoyed it. It's been a while since I filmed a video. I genuinely feel like I don't know how to even talk anymore. Thank you so much to my wonderful patrons for supporting me this month. If you guys are interested, the link to my Patreon is on the screen. You get access to all kinds of perks, including a bonus video every month, patron only, a Discord chat, and a shout out at the end of my videos. In the species tier, thank you so much to Grace, Siobhan and Yendi. In the genus tier, thank you to Amy and Amy. Thank you so much from this Amy. And in the family tier, thank you so much to Michael. I appreciate you so much for supporting me. With that said, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye.